Hi, this is Martez Knox with Operation Graduate, here to discuss 12 things to consider when setting up your tuition reimbursement program. Well, what grade will be required to qualify for a reimbursement? There are many different ways to do this, but many employers reimburse depending on what grade you get. So if you get an A, they reimburse at 100%. If you get a B, they reimburse at 80%. And if you get a C, they reimburse at 60, and so on. So you have the freedom to set whatever grade you want to qualify for the reimbursement. How long must employees work before they qualify? Again, totally up to you. Some employers require a year, while some employers don't require anything at all. As soon as you start, you'll be eligible. So it just depends on your overall business goals and how you want to structure the program to get the best benefits for your business. How long will employees be required to remain in their role after graduation? Now, this is important, right? And this is part of the retention. So you'll want to structure your program in such a way that they'll stick around, hopefully willingly, but certainly you don't want them to leave right after they graduate. So take time to think through this. We're here to help you if you need this. What caps will you have on the amount of the reimbursement per semester or year? Well, the IRS tax deduction is up to $5,250. So many businesses stop there. However, there are some businesses that go beyond that and reimburse even more, even though they don't get a tax deduction. So it's totally up to you what you want to do and what fits your business. How many employees per year will you support? Now, this is important, and you'll have to work with your accountants to determine what makes sense and what can your business afford. So each business is different, but this is very important as well. You don't want to design the program in a way that is going to break the bank, right? So consider this. How will your employees apply? So will they go to a landing page? Will they go to your HR office, fill out a form? How will you intake employees into your new tuition reimbursement program? Which academic institutions will be eligible for support? Businesses have a range of flexibility when it comes to this. We highly recommend you go with a nonprofit, right? B, something that is low cost so that your employees aren't graduating with any more debt than necessary, right? C, accredited. So you want to look at those three things. And if you can get that right, you'll do right by your employees. Can your current HR handle the paperwork? Now, there will be some work here. Unless, of course, you outsource it to us, Operation Graduate. There is no paperwork and the program is free, right? So if you decide to do it yourself, you'll have to do the reimbursement paperwork. So this means, employees turning in documents, you having to file it, keeping track of everything. You want to make sure that you're staying on top of this sort of thing. If you feel like this may be too much work for you, outsource it. We can handle everything. All the paperwork is not a big issue. We can do this. Will employees have to apply for financial aid? They should, because there will be some grants, Pell Grants and different things that may be available to them, as well as student loans, depending on how they want to structure their education. So while it's not absolutely necessary, highly recommended to help defray the cost of that education. What courses will be eligible for tuition reimbursement? Now, this is a goodie. You want to tie it into whatever your business is doing, right? So there's no point in structuring your tuition reimbursement program if it's not going to benefit not only your employees, but your businesses. So the courses and the classes that they take should be around what you're looking to hire for, what you're looking to promote for, right? Does that make sense? If employees quit voluntarily, how much of the reimbursement must they pay back? Well, this depends on how you structure the program, right? So if an employee leaves you after you paid for their education, that's a slap in the face. It could be a problem, right? So you want to structure this in a way that if they decide to walk out the door, right after they graduate, or even if they, start school, take some of the money and then stop out or, don't finish, you want to make sure that you're covered and that you have some sort of payback clause in there if you think this may be an issue. Who determines which employees are granted support, right? So who determines which employees are granted support? Well, that usually comes down to HR, could be the owner in this case, and they're looking at a different any number of circumstances and things that are going on. So ultimately, you will be responsible for determining who is granted support. Bonus, tax breaks. So employers can deduct up to $5,250 a year in tuition reimbursement. So you want to make sure that you're taking advantage of this. And it's a nice amount. If you couple this tax break with something like what we offer, which is a tuition reimbursement program with a scholarship as well, or will match whatever your reimbursement is. If you're reimbursing $4,000, we'll match, right? So if you decide to go that approach, this can really, really help the business with the IRS. So highly recommend you consider a tuition reimbursement program. If setting up the program proves to be too much for you or you just don't want to handle it, outsource it to us. We can do it. We do it every single day. We have a tuition reimbursement program that would give your employees a 2K scholarship in your business name. Even if you decided not to do any reimbursement, we would, as long as they're in our academic network. So consider that. To get started with Operation Graduate is very, 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 very simple. You want to go to partner.operationgraduate.com, right? Upload your logo and employee assets. Distribute your ready-made materials to your key stakeholders. We'll create your co-branded website so your employees can sign up for your tuition reimbursement program. And then you enjoy the fruits of your labor. So that's it. 12 things to consider when setting up a tuition reimbursement program. Plus, I gave you a bonus there with the IRS tax deduction. I hope this helps. And if it does, feel free to visit us again at partner.operationgraduate.com, or you can email me directly at mknox@operationgraduate.com. Until next time, take care. Martez out.